First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Detroit Lions. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 15, line it. 15 line.
Yeah, we got to get this stop here, team.
Get it.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing again on second down. Jones will get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 45 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Butker is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. 6 o'clock. Get down. Heavy, guys.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of 2 there. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Being chased out left. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. 22 yards there. A first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, this is Geis. Touchdown, LA! Darius Geis, his second touchdown on the season, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a sack now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Haywood.
We got 3. We got
Be crippled.
Now Jones. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Whip. Watch the whip.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
First down, Los Angeles.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it. The because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a run with Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And 2. Here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
On the ground, Geis, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Darius Geis with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Here's Jones throwing on first down, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and this is going to be a Charger touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yo, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play call.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Robbie Anderson 76 yards. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A toss play to Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
General West. Hey, wahoo!
Here's 2nd and 8. This is caught by Williams. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
132 fighter.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chargers' 31-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey. High 7. Check 91. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Jones going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver was Seth DeValve, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Here we go.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Get your swarm on.
Blue draw Corkers.
Check 13. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Hit it.
Jones now throwing again. Completes it to Watt. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Got it.
Watch left. Watch left. I got it. Take 4. Take 4.
6-6. Pull it high. Get it.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. A nice run leaves them just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
218, chop. Ready.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Ready,
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
now. Go.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Joshua Perkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 28-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Hey, we got 3. Go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And Jackson throwing once more. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Again, Jackson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it.
Oh, wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's Geis on the counter. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go now. 3
This is Geis. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
A 6-yard pickup.
Geis with the carry on second down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to go down. down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Marcus Davenport picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Following the sack, they go from the 13 on 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Topper!
They run it again with Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Bravo!
Jones going to throw again. Jones has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Five.
Here's Jones off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. This is taken at the 10. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down. Where'd he go?
Jackson now. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away. On is the Chargers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
We got double up, double up. Greystone travel.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Nick Chubb stops short, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight.
Geis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Watch his slant.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Set. Now the 1, 2, 6. Double time. Hey. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Switch. Off.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson. And this one's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
I got you. Mike 50. Mike 50. The pass. Mike 50. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
To throw again is Jackson. And Ingram holds it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Come on now. Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. It's complete to Watt. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's got some space here. There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
25 yards the pick up there, and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Chubb on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
30 base.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. Cam Tucson. 56. We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, Alpha. 56 to Mike. Get it.
Jones now on 1st down. Got his man. It's Williams. A gain of 6 there on 1st. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Preston Williams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go again.
coming right. This is Chubb on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
3 down, 3 down. Out.
Hey, Delta. Go.
Go back. We got motion. Back up.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Strong right. Hey, 4 down.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. It's caught. Jones. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look